Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Castro once again with YS Stocks and Options to go over the market forecast for this week. But a crazy week last week, right? We saw a huge bearish sell-off on Friday when we had the CPI number, Consumer Price Index number, come a little bit hotter than expected. We had the Dow Jones fall over 880 points, 2.73%, and the Nasdaq and also the S&P 500 to include the Russell 2000 do exactly the same thing. So huge sell-off on Friday. Just to recap what's going on and what happened last week, right? For the market forecast this week, still hitting the same indexes, right? We're gonna hit the IWM, my ticker symbol for the Russell 2000, the Dow Jones Industrial, the Nasdaq, and also the S&P 500. But more importantly, we'll talk about the VIX a little bit just to see how the VIX is behaving in accordance to what we're seeing for the market for the near future. So let's get to it. So you guys know that I like to look at the charts a little bit different. So I like to look at the MACD here, the TTM squeeze, a little indicator here to include the CCI, the Commodity Channel Index, as well as the stochastics, right? So first thing we're going to look at just last week, please check out the last video that we did. It captured where we forecasted the previous week, our triggers and also our price action in comparison to this week. So basically all our price actions, all our prices actually, all our targets would hit for last week. So you got to check out that video below, right? As you guys look into the Dow Jones Industrial, still in this bearish channel, right? We have resistance here on top, and we have the support here on the bottom, right? Here, what you see, this is like a doodle that I did earlier. Me and one of our members were talking about the 4 phases of the market, or each of the life cycle of each stock or ETF. We had here distribution, we had some declining here, a little bit of accumulation, advancing, and then the cycle repeats itself, right? Again, distribution, then we have some decline, then we have some accumulation, advancing, and then it repeats itself, right? That's another segment. We can talk about that a little bit later, but let's get to it, right? So for the Russell 2000, again, Friday was a huge sell-off. We had a gap here, right? So what we're seeing for the Dow Jones itself, truly see that we're going to come in on next week and try to test, right? Test here, $306 roughly. Is it 3636? Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Let me see. I want to look at the weekly chart for this one in particular. So I think I had something different for the Russell 2000. Boom, boom, boom. 312. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with 308, right? Or 308 right here. 308. And the reason for that is because if you can see here, we have some nice support. Got a lot of doodles here, don't we? There's some nice support right here, right? 312 area, and also along the line of 308, 309, right? So I'm going to go with 309 for this one in particular for the Russell 2000, 308.66 just to be a little bit more conservative. And as we look into look at that, as you can see here, CCI is a little bit overbought, right? A little bit overbought. We have a huge divergence here with the percentage K and percentage delta. So don't expect this one to go down so much, right? Got 308 here, it's trading at 305. So I'm gonna go a little bit lower here, right? Go with 309, right? 309, and possibly we're just gonna check out the volumes to see what exactly it does next. But when you see here, right, price action lower, 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 really interested in what happens here with this, the MACD and TTM squeeze for the following week. So I'm going to be paying attention to that. So right now for the Dow Jones Industrial, I got 308.84 for next week. So that's a little bit more downside to go. Let's look at the IWM. IWM here hit our price target, right? Check out the last video that we did, hit our price target, 182, right? Says here 182.42. Look at that. It went lower than that, right? So that was a successful trade here, right? We went to 183 for this one. A lot of doodles here, right? Don't mind these. Right? A lot of doodles that we did here, right? So what I'm seeing for this one in particular, again, broke through this support area here. So definitely seeing the Russell 2000 testing 174, right? So we're talking about $4 to the downside. I'm going to 174.80, 174.80 right here. And that's for the 17th, right? Again, we're going to check out the volume, see what exactly it does. But we have some key support level right here. So that's a good sign, and good pricing, and for us to actually have the Russell 2000. So the next one that we're going to look at is the QQQs, right? The triple Qs. Triple Qs, right? I actually did this one with one of our members earlier. We talked about this one in particular. Heavy volume on Friday, the sell-off, right? First thing, we have a gap here form, right? And more important, look at this, right? The CCI is almost at overbought territory, right? Right here. Oversold territory. Why did I say overbought? Oversold territory right here, right? So I have this one going to the forecast for this one is $281.66, right? Testing this support area here, right? And possibly, right, based on the volume and seeing what the CCI does, possibly, right, bouncing off the support area for the upside, right? More to follow on that, right? But right now, my immediate target, right? Close target for this one is 281.66 for next week with a possible bounce. When we look at the S&P 500 SPY, yeah, same one here, right? Same target, right? We have support right here with S&P 500, SPY ticker symbol at 386.49. So, right, we're going to see a test here, right? Come down a little bit, like $4 to the downside, $4 some change, and then possibly, right, pumping up to test, right? Test this 4133, right? But this is going to be like way later in the week, right? Possibly, right? More to follow on that. CCI is overbought right here. Let's look at the VIX. The VIX being the oscillator that we looked at. So again, if you look at the last video, the VIX, we had it coming all the way to a little bit higher right here, 26 and some change. It blew past that, and still thinking the VIX is actually going to go higher. But more to follow on that one in particular. Well, like, we got a buy signal here for the MACD, right? MACD, the TTM squeeze got a buy signal. So definitely seeing, expecting the oscillator, the VIX, to go a little bit higher next week, and possibly retesting those early 30s. We'll go here, maybe 30. Right? I'm not gonna do a forecast for this one in particular, but definitely expecting the VIX to come down a little bit and then going back up, right? So that's for the market forecast. Again, we're going to be trading ourselves. We're going to be trading the indexes, right? So we're looking at SPY and probably the QQQs for a quick trade on Monday and Tuesday. We won't stay in it too long. Take some profits, and of course, we always try to mitigate risk by using our planning tool, options planning tool that we have for the community. And if you're looking for a community, right? All the details are right below this little video here. If you're looking to learn more about options, right? Why stocks and options is really a cool community that not only does it teach you options, but we talk about other investment ventures as well. Right? Again, hopefully this was informative. Let us know what you think on the comments below, right? Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys at the finish line, right? Peace and God bless.